Good afternoon, and welcome to today's Power Boost meditation. Today, we're going to talk about contentment, the power of contentment as a gift. First to myself, and then to everyone in my life and the world around me. So we'll start with a reflection on contentment, and then we'll move into an experiential meditation on how to fill ourselves with the power of contentment. So first of all, thank you for joining me today in this time to take some special time for yourself to go inside and explore values and virtues and what matters most to you, the inner being. It also gives me a chance to think about a topic that I would like to explore as well with you, and thereby emerge more of that in my own life. So a secret I want to share with you is that in meditation, we get to not only go inside and get to know ourselves and explore ourselves, but we find an incredible treasure store of riches inside. And so in meditation, like selecting a fine jewel, there's many jewels, treasures inside the self. So in each meditation, I get to pick which jewel would I like to explore for myself today. So I've selected contentment, and I encourage you to think about what are the jewels inside you that you would also like to explore in meditation. So here's an example to get you started on becoming rich with inner treasures. Today, contentment. So in order to get to that state of contentment, which is of course a natural state, and anytime we just stop and go into our natural state of being, we would find qualities such as our original state of peace, love, wisdom or truth, bliss, and contentment. So why is it that I might not be feeling 100% content 100% of the time? Something to check. So I'm going to share a little experience I had this morning. As I was preparing for this time with myself and with you, I took a little stroll around Peace Village out into our lobby, and I heard a beautiful sound like singing. So I peeked around the corner, and there was a little girl just sitting quietly with herself, singing and playing. Just the simple act of being and enjoying her own company. And I tell you, that touched my heart, just hearing her singing. And then another person also walked by and noticed her singing and began to smile also. So this little girl, simply by sitting there in our lobby, quietly singing and playing, was spreading, rippling out contentment. And I could feel her contentment in my heart. And I felt happier. I felt like skipping or something. So contentment is a gift, first, of course, to the self, but then like that little girl, anytime I take a moment to remember an original virtue, an original quality of the self, by tapping into it, by emerging it, I ripple that out into the world and create happiness or more smiles on anyone who passes by or feels that energy. And then so that's local, but then also we now are aware from quantum physics and spirituality that what we are thinking and feeling also has a non-local effect an unlimited effect. So that little girl, in her state of contentment, perhaps could have been sharing that contentment with someone else on the other side of the planet. And so as we take this quality time together and meditate on contentment, we will be experiencing that in our own hearts, and then potentially touching the hearts of many others with the feeling of contentment, which often also comes with peace and love. So this meditation is a gift to the self and also to the world. So in my evening sessions with a group of us who meditate, we've been exploring topics such as blessings, contentment, joy, and also trust. And just by thinking about such topics together, it opens up that energy in the self, in the soul. And then it's the feeling that we experience stays with us, and then we can carry that feeling out into our lives and also all of our actions, so that everywhere we go, we could be sharing whatever we're working on ourselves in our meditation. So, sounds like a simple way to be generous with the heart, be generous with our feelings in an unlimited way. So, for contentment, I was thinking that it isn't like something you try to be content. But yes, it could take a little focus. So before contentment, I would say acceptance would be a good quality. Acceptance or peace is a good quality as a foundation to build contentment. So let's start with that. So whatever you're doing, if you could now take a moment to sit quietly with your feet comfortably on the floor, sitting in a comfortable chair, but not so comfortable that you don't remain alert. And give this time, this gift to yourself. Because when we sit and focus and actually bring the body into a state of peace, it's much easier than to let go. Come into the center of the forehead, stabilize in my original state of inner being, inner peace. And then, having let go of the other thoughts that I may have been having, I gently bring my attention to the inner self, the original qualities of the inner self, and then I'm open to choose a topic for my meditation, something that I would like to have more of in my life. So yes, meditation is also very empowering because we get to emerge qualities that we would like to have more of. So now I accept myself and everything around me, including the body, as it is in this moment. Just accept as it is. Everything is as it is. This allows me to relax, not be in my head judging the world, the environment, the self, anyone or anything. Just accepting and being present with what is. Naturally, I come into gratitude, just appreciating that I'm alive, appreciating the gift of life itself, appreciating the capacity to be present with myself and aware, breathing out, and then feeling that something new is going to be emerging now because I've prepared myself first with presence and acceptance. And naturally, I can kind of feel that something new in me wants to prosper or grow. And I allow the real I, the real self, to just naturally emerge. Something good, something real, because I've cleared out a little space to let the real self come forward. Like that little girl who just sat quietly singing. Each of us also has a quiet inner presence that has its own beautiful song to sing. So, in enjoying the inner music of the self, I begin to appreciate an inner smile emerges like a memory of the pure being I am inside. An innocence, a genuineness, an authenticity. And it's always right there, just there for me to touch and emerge. Like that little girl, I can feel myself singing my own unique, beautiful song. I'm just opening to the original qualities of myself, the eternal qualities, the everlasting qualities, the qualities that are real, and then giving myself the space to feel that. The humor in life seems so apparent now, doesn't it? When I'm in touch with this inner child, this inner innocence, purity. And yes, this is also wisdom. The wisdom to allow the real pure self to reemerge, letting that ripple out into the world. Contentment is the capacity of a pure heart. So the more I give myself the gift of self-attention, attention on what is real within, and I can never lose that. It's always there. I feel more abundance of this quality of inner joy and contentment. I feel myself filling up with more of this inner quality, like it's expanding out, filling my heart even more, perhaps even opening up corners of the heart that I had ignored or just hadn't noticed in a really long time. And the more I open to these wonderful secret places within me, giving them attention, nurturing that, the fuller I feel. And the heart sings even more its original beautiful song. And it's an unlimited melody. And nothing can stop a pure heart. It's a power, a pure heart. It just keeps on singing with the richness of the inner value of the reality of who I am truly within. And then such a pure heart naturally will connect to other pure hearts. Like beautiful flowers blossoming, spreading their fragrance all around with this incredible joy, just of rediscovering more of what I have inside me that can be given, shared. I feel real. I feel peace. I feel joy. Feeling like dancing inside, dancing in the heart. And when I touch this place, there would naturally be a smile on the face, an extra twinkle in the eye, and yes, the power to encourage others to also feel their best. So thank you for taking this time to refresh the inner self, to touch a new place inside, to emerge it, sharing that feeling of joy, contentment. And then once it gets flowing, it's easy to keep that energy flowing throughout the day. So then after we start moving again, that energy will also flow out through the mind, through the heart, through my words, through my hands and feet, and into my actions. So enjoy the rest of your day, refilling, recharging with your original innate inheritance, your birthright of inner contentment. Om Shanti. Thanks for being with us today.